I remember Oprah, I didn't like you playing a bad guy, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is not a bad guy. You know, when Oprah started singing. Hey, Vanity Fair, I'm Jamie Foxx, AKA Kendrick Lamar, and we're gonna watch some scenes from some of my movies. Ooh, get him, B. Get him, B. B and J Hud. It's Beyonce, man. Like, Beyonce is almost too talented for Earth. Like, when you listen to a Beyonce record, it's like, what the this is some alien shit. Like, she can sing every octave. She's like the most talented. It's so quiet, you know? She would do her thing and cut. She's the most talented. Who is this dude? No head hair. When you watch this movie, it's about music, right? And everybody's like, oh, Jamie Foxx is such a heel. You know where I got the most compliments? Oh, the music executives. I don't get it. Without you, what would they have done? You took that piece of coal and made it a diamond. I was like, you guys are heartless. Like, I was an asshole. It's like, I don't get it. You were valuable. I remember Oprah, I didn't like you playing a bad guy, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is not a bad guy. You know, when Oprah started singing. Jamie Foxx. But when we were putting it together, I said, if the guy isn't bad, then the other characters don't have anything to get over. I'm not going, even though there are times I show. When it came to the big scene where she had to say, and I am telling, I said, take your time with that. That song and that moment is like the one. And you watch her in the process of it really find the spirituality of that character. And we watched it on set. We watched her set. She just won whatever award, she just won it right there. We were at a premiere, and it was like a big premiere, you know, the big stars and that. Man, she got through singing. They was on their feet. Standing ovation in the premiere. She was amazing. All right, let's get into Collateral. Yeah, Collateral, okay.
If somebody had a gun to your head and said, you gotta tell me what's going on with this person over here or I'm gonna kill you. What is driving
Michael Mann.
You know, you couldn't do it, could you? Because they would have to kill your ass because you don't know what anyone else is thinking.
The car that's pulling us, the exhaust was somehow floating into the car, bro. And I had slept, 12, 13 hours because it's Tom Cruise. As soon as I get in there, take it in. I said, what the hell? Why am I sleeping? The director, wake your ass! I said, I don't know what's going on. And they found out that the exhaust was, so they had to switch it around because I was snoozing. You know how you fall asleep, you don't know you're asleep? They hit you. Yeah, Top Gun. He was asleep too. We shot that on a video. It wasn't film. So Michael Mann loves to do long takes. I'm driving the cab, Tom's in the back, and we're just driving, but the takes were long, and we shot at night. So imagine 5 in the morning, and I was like, whew, I hope I don't kill the Top Gun.
Cute title, who wrote it?
I did.
Ah, you wrote it.
Yeah.
Well, sing it to me, man.
Sing it?
Yeah. It ain't like I could read the lyrics.
Okay, well, it's key of G.
Okay. Key of G.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a kind of Pete Johnson thing.
Pete Johnson.
Yeah, that's it.
You like that? Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. 2, 3, 4.
You can talk about the pit, barbecue, the band was jumping, the people too, they're doing the mess around.
Yeah.
They're doing the mess around.
Ray was crazy. Ray was something else. Ray was an independent film, so it didn't have a studio. As a matter of fact, the guy who paid for his name was Phil Anschutz. He's a devout Christian. He says, I'll do the movie, but the drugs bothered him. He didn't like the fact that Ray was doing drugs. So if you could put the redemptive quality, I will give you the money. But he gave us half the money first, just to get us started. Phil Anschutz comes to New Orleans to check on his investment. So we recreated the Sanger Theater, 1967. This isn't in the movie. We got a 30-piece orchestra there, and when Phil Anschutz walks in, we're gonna do a song to show him, you know. So he's literally transported back in the 1967. He walks in, they hit me, and we do Let the Good Times Roll. So when he walked in, hey y'all, tell everybody, Ray Charles in town. Got $1.25, and I'm just ready to clown. Don't let nobody play me cheap. I got 50 cents more than I'm planning to keep. Now let the good times roll. Band, shine, shine out, oh baby. And it's like the roof came off. And then I said, I'm not gonna break character, just walk me over to Phil Anschutz. So they walked me over to Phil, and she was like, I said, hey, man, somebody told me the money bags was here, man. We needed a couple of more dollars, man. And then he wrote the check.
All right, that's pretty good. Let me take it from here.
Now this band's gonna play from 9 to 1. Everybody here's gonna have some fun doing the mess around.
The director, when he hired me, says, listen, the only thing I gotta do is I gotta find somebody that can play the piano, because other than that, I can't shoot you like this. I said, oh, I play the piano. I went to college on a classical piano. Really? Yeah, I got a scholarship. When I said that, now he wanted me to learn every single note so it looks authentic. And then I met Ray Charles. He comes in, I'm at the studio. Hey man, good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. I said, well, Mr. Charles, I'm just trying to do the best I can to portray you. Look, baby, can you play the blues? If you can play the blues, man, you can do anything. And so there we are on dual pianos, and we start playing the blues with each other. When I hit a wrong note, he said, damn. You know, I guess his ears are sensitive. Now, why would you do that? Why you hit that? I said, I'm sorry, Mr. Charles, I'm just trying to catch up with you. Well, hit the right note, man. You know what? That's what life is, man. Taking the time to hit the right note. I said, oh. So I took the time, hit the right note. Once we finished, he got up and said, hey, kids got it, and he walked out. The other thing, though, was that was the old Ray Charles. So I had to find the young. So I went to Quincy Jones' house. So he goes in his room and comes out with a cassette tape. Maybe you could find something on here. I'm like, well, first of all, I got to find a cassette player. You know, this is the 21st century. So I had to rent a car from the airport. On the cassette was a lady named Dinah Shore. She had a show back at that time, and you hear, hi. This is Dinah Shore with the Dinah Shore Show, here today with two wonderful musicians, and Mr. Kenny Rogers and Mr. Ray Charles. And in the back you hear the young Ray. You know what, Dinah, I'm just so happy to be here. You know, I didn't know you know my music. That's just so grand, you know. And just being here on your show, and I was like, wow, that's a young Ray. Now, here's how we build Ray. At one point, Dinah Shore goes, talk about the drugs, Ray, and what you've been dealing with. And Ray started to stutter. Well, you know, I just tried. So I stopped the tape and I said, that's it. That's the character. The young Ray, when he's in control of everything, when he's in control of his music, things like that, he doesn't stutter. But when he's asked to be responsible for his actions, when he cheats on his wife and has a baby, it made him uncomfortable. So we took that as that DNA, and then you see the progression how Ray got to be Ray.
Now let's meet the bachelors you didn't pick. Wanda, bachelor number 1.
Oh, God.
Derek Clinton.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Now say hello to bachelor number 3, Steve Big Bun.
This is funny.
Meet the bachelor you did pick. Here's bachelor number 2, Lucky Paul Nelson.
Not the underwear. Not the Dukes. Not the Dukes. You can't do that today. Even today, I mean, come on. So these are initial reaction. They didn't see me because I would say, don't tell them how I look. I actually did part of one the way I got onto the show. I wouldn't let them see what I had on until they were. So when they're walking around that corner, it's authentic. We knew that we were doing something great in comedic cinema. Like, you don't get these types of moments often. And I don't think you actually have seen a pairing like that in generations. And you have great guys out there, Key and Peele and Saturday Night Live, but comedians would give their left arm to have that type of comedic juggernaut of a sketch. Now, wearing the dress came with complications. You get known for that in this. But the history of Wanda and the spirit of Geraldine and all of the great guys who donned these characters to play, whether it's Some Like It Hot or whether it's Eddie Murphy. Sherman, yes. These characters were like artistic statements in comedy. That we want to entertain you. And we just having fun. We're just being funny. Oh, hell yeah. I'm not in the dress in this.
Steve, how you like my new duds? For now, I didn't know that burgundy was my color.
Incredible. It was an all-star game. Christoph Waltz, me and Christoph worked for 12 weeks first before anyone else came on the set. So we was shooting out there, and Christoph's amazing. And then all of a sudden, here comes Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel Jackson onto the set, walking in slow motion with their vapes. I said, ooh, these motherfuckers is cold. Here was the thing, though. The subject matter, the N-word specifically. Leo had a hard time saying the N-word. We're doing a read, and Leo says, and then he goes, hey, man, hey, guys, cut. I just can't do this. This is not me. Samuel Jackson, say that shit, motherfucker. It's just another Tuesday. Fuck him. And I told Leo, I said, Leo, in slavery days, we would never talk to each other. So I'm not your friend. I'm not Jamie Foxx. I'm Django. So, and as I told him, I said, you won't be able to play that character unless you really understand what slavery was about. It was tough. It was horrific. Ain't no kikiing with the slaves. So the next day, I see Leo. He walks in. I said, Leo, what's up? L, what's up? He don't speak to me. He ready. So everybody started, digging in. Show him, Sam. Show him, Sam. Give him that range.
I count 6 shots.
And Samuel Jackson was better than all of us. He should have got an Oscar. The way he would turn it on and turn it off. Say action. Master Candy, who is this on this nag? Master Candy, I say, who is this on this nag? Say cut. What you think? And I'm like, this motherfucker's an alien. I was waiting for him to do like this. But that's what the level was in this incredible movie.
You uppity son of a...
Quentin Tarantino, he the best. Matter of fact, crazy, people don't know, like, in the movie when the house blew up, it didn't go like that. And after he blew the house up, which is supposed to be the end of the movie, he goes, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Everybody go home. I did it in the wrong order. I'm gonna rewrite the whole ending of the movie. We faked the explosion because he had already blew the house up and they had took months to blow it up. But the genius of Quentin Tarantino, he just rewrote it and made it what you saw.
What do you have against law furniture? You ain't gotta
CD.
It's been a long time since I've done this.
Well, maybe he's just distracted because your old boyfriend is trying to kill
We
him.
went on one date.
Cameron Diaz.
We talked about Manchester United the entire time.
So you admit it was a date. Go lap, lap, lap.
Cameron Diaz. Back in action. Cameron Diaz is a national treasure. She's done so many incredible movies. And trying to get her to come back, I said, Cameron, listen, we got this movie. We promise that your feet won't touch the ground. You'll just have a good time. And if you just wave at your fans, there's a lot of fans that are needing you. Think about it. She thought about it for a while and She came back, and then we were like, oh man, I hope we don't shit the bed. I hope the movie is actually good. But what was great about her, when she got on the set, she would see things. Okay, why don't we put this here and put that there and do this, that, and do this and the other. And so she was hands-on, making sure that what you saw was amazing. And then the kids. Now, luckily, I have a 16-year-old. So I said, Cameron, I can tell you how it go. When they turn 16, they go somewhere else. And you get them hella short answers. You know, you be excited. Aren't you just happy? Good morning. Yeah, hey. I'm your father, I'm Jamie Foxx. I get it. So we were able to put that into the film, and beyond the incredible action and the fighting, I think the quiet moments with Cameron trying to connect with her daughter is like gold. I said, if we're able to do that through this movie, it's great. It's popcorn friendly. It's Netflix. You're sitting at the house. You want the whole family to check it out. And then the kids that were in it were amazing. You know, so it was a fun ride, and at this point in our careers, that's what you want.